break on anyway.
What's good, everybody? Welcome into another episode of Land Grant Holy Lands Land Grant Podcast Network I-80 Football Show. As always, I'm your host Jordan. I'm here with my co-host Dante.
Yes, sir. How you doing, man?
You know, I'm actually doing really good, and it's for something that you'll understand and appreciate.
Okay.
I had wings today.
Ooh.
But not only did I have wings today, and this is going to sound crazy, and if anyone from New York is listening to this, they're going to disagree, but it is so hard to find good wings in New York. And honestly, it's low-key getting hard to find good wings in a lot of places because, like, I don't like the really big wings, and I don't like the ones that are, like, super breaded with, like, when you pick them up, you, like the breading is in your hands, you know what I'm saying? Where it's almost like they never get crispy.
Yeah.
And so, you know, you got like Wings Over and like all these places, but it's hard to find like some like really good wings. And so like we had wings at a couple of different places and we found some not that long ago. And I was like, oh yeah, I need to go back here. And we had never went back. And then I was bored and I just Googled it and I found out there was one a 10-minute walk away from my job.
Oh.
So I picked up, I said, yeah, I literally texted Shorty. I said, yeah, I just got some horrible news, not for me, but for my wallet. And so, and then I ended up bringing wings home. So I can't complain. How you living?
I'm doing all right. Found out some terrible news, but I already knew it was bad. I just didn't know how bad it actually was until today when I got an oil change. So, yeah, I got 2 leaks going on in my car.
Ooh.
I don't even want to say where. Just know, yeah.
Is one oil?
Probably yeah, because it's an engine leak. Yeah.
Good Lord.
I too have one. Stay way up, Q. Yeah. And I already knew my transmission was bad, but it was like, yeah, there's a leak in that too. I was like, well, that's the problem. Okay, that's enough.
As soon as you start doing good, your car's like, hey, what about me?
Right.
You forgot about me?
I sure didn't. Don't you loud enough. I know. I did not forget.
I'm weak.
Yeah. Other than that, pretty good. Got a haircut.
I did not get a haircut, but I need to get one.
Yeah, no.
I need to get one. Oh, also,
it's been like a month for me, so it was bound to happen.
Yeah. You want something that'll remind you that time doesn't exist?
All right.
Our 2-year anniversary is next week. It's on Tuesday.
2 year?
Yeah.
No, that can't be right.
Wedding anniversary, yeah.
Oh,
come on.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
2 year is what, next week?
On Tuesday. Yeah. 2 years. Doesn't feel like it.
That's crazy.
Doesn't feel like it at all. Especially for me, because in that 2 years, I didn't quit a job. I didn't move across the country, like all this, you know. Honestly, at this point, the only thing that has been consistent for me in the 2 years is this podcast.
And it's been inconsistent for real.
Yeah, oh God. And I'm about to go back to school. I'm like, man, all this shit is crazy.
There's a lot can happen in 2 years. Good Lord. Congratulations to you too. Well, of course. Thanks. I'm gonna say it on the day actually, but that's crazy.
I know. I was like,
I don't know. That means somebody's gonna send me a video of me dancing. Like, remember? No.
Yep.
Like, not at all. I don't know who that is.
You was getting that on your birthday. Yeah. You already knew that was coming. Yeah, and I'm probably not gonna be the only one to post it. So.
Oh no.
It's
no. Yeah. I know it's gonna be everybody.
You know that video? It's like, I don't even know what it is. I told him pull me whatever. I think that was you at the wedding.
After they
I don't even know what it is. I don't even know what it is. I told him pour me whatever. That's
bruh, I gotta cut up. These two asked for the exact same gift for their wedding. Well, at least she said the only gift I want from you on our wedding is for you to become dancing Dante and get drunk.
Who the hell said that?
your wife. Bro.
She didn't look.
That's what she crazy. Said.
That's
she
crazy.
Said she
No.
just wanted...
Money on. See, this is the problem. What are you talking about? Now she having no. Nobody want Dancing Dante. Dancing Dante need to bring some money too. That's crazy. I'm sure you did. I don't care.
Oh
like, the only thing I want. See, no. That's insane. I did not know she said that to you.
Yeah, I swear to God, that's what she said. She was like, "You just got to dance at the wedding." I was like, "Bro, that's the one thing I didn't want to do."
It's okay.
You sure you don't want money?
Like, you don't want a toaster or something?
Some. Look, I know you be baking. You want one of them things? We
can figure something out. No, but it's funny because I wasn't trying to stroll.
Video.
I wasn't trying to stroll at the wedding, and I literally told the DJ, I said, "Listen, I understand that I'm Greek. I understand that she's Greek. I understand that there's a lot of Greek people here, and I also understand that you're Greek because she was an SG row. But I was like, this is not a Greek wedding. I don't want that." And it very wasn't a Greek wedding because I just found out that some people be singing the hymns and shit at the wedding, which is like getting in circles singing
Oh,
I didn't know that.
That's a lot.
But I was like, we listen. You can play a couple. She played more than a couple, but by the time she played, and she a real DJ. Because if she would have played them early, it'd have been a wrap. I was drunk, so I was in the middle of the floor. It's like, yeah, but I was really not trying to stroll at the wedding. I was not trying to do that.
Sure.
Dante, okay. Me and strolling is like you and dancing. I will do it if I'm drunk, but if I'm not gonna be out there. Like,
yeah,
I don't stroll anymore for real.
And I regretted it the next morning too. I woke up, my legs was on fire. I was like, this is why I don't do this shit. I hate doing this shit.
That's funny.
I'm getting old.
True. Did I ever tell you about the night before the wedding, how drunk I got?
I don't think so.
So you remember that big ass mirror we had at the wedding? Like the really big, the gold one? Yeah. So we had
people, I got a good few in that mirror.
Yeah. Of course. So we had people. So like we had some, like we had people that were staying at like the Airbnb and some different stuff like that. And so we had to take some things and out and whatever. And then we put all my seats down in my truck and we were going to put the mirror in there. And we didn't do it before we left because people were in our car to go to the bar. Right. So I woke up, went to the bar, little trap karaoke, little, whatever, little 1-2 couple people. I woke up the next morning before the wedding and I was like, oh, we need to put the mirror and this other thing in the car. And they say, you did it last night. I said, what are you talking about? They say, you came home from the bar, you woke up your brother, and you put the mirror in I said, I was drunk.
Why you wake him up?
Because I don't know. I don't actually. I probably didn't wake him up. He was probably playing the game. Because my brother comes to my house and plays my PS5. He doesn't come for me. He came for the PS5 or the wedding. Honestly, he came for the PS5. So he's like, yeah. He's like, you got me, and we put it. I said I was drunk. He was like, yeah. Honestly, I didn't know you were drunk because you carried it down the stairs backwards. He said, I realized you were drunk when you went back up the stairs and you couldn't open the door. So yeah, I got so drunk the night before the wedding, and this is like a big, expensive mirror. If I'd have dropped it, I don't think the wedding would have happened.
Probably not.
I did not remember. I literally walked outside and I was like, oh, this mirror is in the car. So that's how drunk I got the day before my wedding.
Sobered up enough to take it downstairs, and then as soon as he was done, got drunk as hell. Right back, I
guess, yeah, literally walked backwards.
I gotta get this done.
Look, walked backwards down the stairs and everything. I don't know what was going on. But yeah, so podcast we here. There's a couple pieces. I still feel like I'm forgetting something, but we just gonna rock with what we have. Oregon is full of broke boys. This is a trend. This is gonna be a trend. We have a couple broke boy segments on this podcast. Oregon is full of broke boys. They're suing Ohio State's running back coach Carlos Loughlin for breach of contract. They said that he owed the school $400,000. I want you to hear these numbers. The University of Oregon, the Nike school, said that he owed the school $400,000 because he left his job to go to Ohio State. He said that he owed $200,000. He paid them $200,000. Per the report, I guess Ohio State contract later stated that it would pay $200,000 towards it. I don't know. But Oregon is basically saying you actually owed $400,000. So they want that money plus interest.
Oh, nice.
And my question is, would they have asked for that money if Ohio State didn't spank them?
Maybe.
This feels a little retaliatory to me. It's a whole year later. I feel like personally they wouldn't ask for that money if they would have won the national championship. They saw all the celebration and shit. And you say, you know what? That's some hating shit. They say, you know what?
You know what?
Did he pay all that money? Did he pay all? He a little too happy, right? Did he pay all that money? Go check the contract, because you know $200,000 don't mean nothing to University of Oregon's football program.
Hey,
broke boys.
I told them to bring me my money.
They want $400,000 plus 9% interest.
Oh,
broke boys. That's insane. That's crazy.
That's funny.
That's Big Ten on Big Ten crime.
Hey.
And I'm telling you, I don't care what nobody says. They don't do that. They do not do that if they win. Yeah, if they win.
Really? You sure?
Yeah.
I guess they wouldn't be paying enough attention about it, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like that was just some petty broke boy shit. Continuing with people being broke in college football, Kent State fired Kenni Burns after probe into 6-figure loan from Booster. Broke boy. Hold on, that's not
fair. Is Kent coach getting paid like that for real? Oh, probably.
I don't know. All right, so hold on. So Kent State fired head coach Kenni Burns for calls following an audit and investigation into a 6-figure loan he received from and repaid to a university booster and vendor, as well as personal, improper, or unsubstantiated purchases on his school purchasing card. So first of all, he got sued by a bank because he didn't pay them back. Then he was misusing funds on his work credit card. And he borrowed a 6-figure loan from a booster. That's insane. And I would just like to say,
figure out what his contract
the rumors are that he was betting. And this sounds like he's betting. Like, yeah, let me get $30,000 here. I'm gonna put it, and when I get it back, I'm gonna get to you. Because why are you getting sued by a bank, misusing your company card, and asking for a 6-figure loan? What are you doing with all that money? You live in Kent, and you're a football coach. You don't have no time. Football coaches don't have no. If you're doing the job right, you don't have no time. What are you doing with all that money?
Not your business. Nah, you probably gamble.
Broke boy. Also. He borrowed as much as $100,000. He in 2023, he had just got there. He just got to the job and was like, "Hey, boss, can I hold 100 bands real quick?"
Yep,
just real quick, just a little bit,
just a little bit
from Michael Award, a local restaurant owner who catered school events and was honored by the school last year with the Varsity K Person of the Year award. All right, hold on. See now, you put Buddy's government name. I want to know what restaurant he owns.
Uh oh. Is it Twisted Milk? No.
I was just about to say Twisted Milk. I don't know why.
Because it's closed. That bitch is closed now. It closed this month, apparently.
Did it?
Yeah.
Crazy.
I'm sick. I love that place.
All right, let me see. What restaurant does he own?
I should have put on the purple one. Huh?
He's varsity.
Clean.
He owns Laziza? Interesting.
I'm trying to think if I remember.
I don't remember that. You probably don't remember it because I'm pretty sure that place is very expensive. That's like the one expensive place that people. I think people would try to have like events there and nobody would go because it was expensive. It's like I think it's the Greek restaurant.
Oh, that was right next door to our apartment.
Yeah. I think it's that one. He went to Buddy, just got his job. Went to Buddy, asked for 100 bands. 100 bands.
And it's probably more because it just says 6-figure loan.
It says he asked for $100,000 on the
Oh,
dot,
no.
and he paid back $109,000.
Oh, at least he paid interest.
I mean, I guess, but who does that?
Him. Jordan calling Dante. I'm not broke. Stop it. We were broke. We were all broke in college. Come on now.
And then so hold on. He said $16,000 of questionable expenses made on his university work card. 16 bands.
I wonder what
on top of the 20.
What are you buying?
He's well. I tell you, $48.60 bill at Urban Meyer's Pint House, brother. You can't pay that. It's $50, and you're eating at Urban Meyer's Pint House, Dante. I'm telling you, he broke. This is the brokest shit I ever heard of. $2,240 for custom game day shoes. You wearing custom shoes and you winning one game, and you wasn't even fresh, brother. You didn't even look that.
Wow. Oh, wow, when you bring up the record, they had the nerve to spend $2,000 on custom shoes in a one in whatever the hell season.
He won one game. He won one game in 2 years, but had the nerve to ask somebody for 100 bands.
I love the audacity. It's almost inspiring.
Hutton said Burns did not receive proper training on purchasing card before the audit. What are you talking about? Mean? He's worked at colleges before. This wasn't his first job. He knew you can't spend the university's money on $2,300 shoes.
Why do you need to be trained?
It's not your money.
If you need to be trained that, you should not work anywhere that has a company card, let alone should be a coach. This is just as bad as Michigan. He was using company money to do dumb shit.
Yeah, he was making $495,000 a year.
Yeah, he wanted more money. $495,000. That's
and Gank though.
Yeah,
like I understand.
And he came in and was like, I need 100,000 more
immediately, bro. 2023. That's when he got the job. He was on campus 2 weeks. He said, I ain't got my check yet. Can we you know what $100,000 what $100,000 could do to Kent State's football program? Because they ain't got no money. They broke. You putting that money in your pocket. Oh, I'm disgusted. That's insane. That is crazy. This is really a trend. Last of the brokies, last of the people wanting money. This dude's actually not broke. He's just greedy. Nico Iamaleava, quarterback from Tennessee. I think maybe we mentioned this. I don't know. He was trying to hold out. It's not the NFL. He was trying to hold out of spring training, spring camp, because he wanted more money to be the quarterback at the University of Tennessee. And the University of Tennessee called his bluff and told him to get to stepping. And so he is no longer the quarterback at Tennessee. They did not want to give him no more money. They said, so I don't know if he broke or they broke. Somebody's broke. Nobody got money. He wanted more money.
Technically, he ain't getting whatever he was getting from Tennessee.
Yeah. So it was supposed to be $2 million. It was supposed to be $2 million a year, and he wanted more.
That man said, "I'm gonna hold out." Dude, go somewhere else.
I'm gonna hold out in college, bro. and Tennessee called his bluff. Told him to get the step in, and now he's going to UCLA, which is why we're talking about it, because this is Big Ten news. But that's a step down. He's from California, so he's going closer to home. But do you think UCLA is paying him $3 million a year? They might. California. They may have it. They may have it. They're in the Big Ten, but
not only that, aren't they a private school or not a private?
No, UCLA is the public one. USC is private.
Okay.
Yeah. But either way, that's a step down because you're not gonna make. You just made it to the playoffs with Tennessee. He's not gonna make it to the playoffs with UCLA.
No. I meant my bad. I was gonna say UCLA is not the private one.
USC is the private one. Yeah, because it's UC, University of California System, Los Angeles. It's the public school. Yeah. USC is private.
Okay.
Unless they're both. No. I think all UC schools are public. It's a public school for sure. USC is 100% private. Actually, yeah. It's definitely public. One, just because of the University of California system, but also because when they left, they had to pay money to UC Cal, because they went to the Big Ten. They had to pay money to Cal Berkeley because they're a part of the same system and they both play Division I football. So so that's a step down. For those of you who don't listen to every episode or just forget, we picked UCLA 15th in the Big Ten for next year. Yeah. So he went from Tennessee, who made the playoffs, got smacked up, but made the playoffs, to now he's going to be playing for UCLA. And I don't know if they have a single good player on their roster.
We'll have to see.
Money
is crazy.
Money make you do crazy things.
You see, yeah, I just googled it. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, money make you do crazy things.
It does. Holding out in college is funny.
It is, bro. Like, what are you talking about? You're 19. It's $2 million. What do you need more for? You would just, bro. I'm telling you, just
y'all
2
got
years
smacked
ago,
up. I need
just 2 years ago, you was eating hot Cheetos for breakfast. Now you need more than $2 million.
Hey. Yep.
You was eating a cold honey bun that was half smashed. You found in your book bag at 11:15 in the morning, and now you need more than $2 million.
I need more than $4 million.
Bro was just sticking his gum underneath the desk. But $2 million. That's insane. That's crazy. And now he's at UCLA. I mean, at least, money.
He closer to home.
That's not why he did it. You don't care about that. You don't want to be closer to home.
I said it. Hey, listen, I don't know. He said he was worth more. Pay me more. I'm not playing in the spring game. I'm not going to spring training.
And University of Tennessee said that's a lot. You know how crazy it has to be the first player to be like, yeah, I'm a holdout. And then they said, okay.
Get the photo.
Like, all right. Cool. Good for you. Where you going? They literally hit him like, what you doing after this?
What you do? You know it's crazy too, because you
said text me when you get home.
For USC.
USC?
Mm-hmm. Who playing quarterback for them?
Jaden Iamaleava. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he's better. but the problem is, the other thing is that's just not smart too, because even if let's say he's better than Jaden Iamaleava, which maybe he is, and maybe they're around the same time. Jaden had a full spring in the system, so there's basically the only schools that are going to go after you at this point are schools that don't think they have a good quarterback, like maybe UCLA, because they might, you may be better than our guy, but if you're not significantly better, I don't have to try to teach you the playbook over the summer. You don't have to meet your teammates and learn all this stuff over the summer, because that's what spring ball is for. This quarterback who's just as good or close to as good has a full year or two in the system, a full spring as the starter. And then if you're coming in, you're not coming in to compete. You just told Tennessee you wanted more money. There's no way in a week you're going to be so humble. You're like, yeah, I'll come in and compete for the job.
Right.
I'll come earn the job.
Yeah, you're right.
4-8. But hopefully he get his little $3 million.
They might be competitive. You never know. I don't remember the good players on their team last year, and they were giving teams for a run for their money.
Barely.
They scared a few teams. They scared USC.
But is USC a good team?
I mean, USC scared some good teams.
All right. Now we doing if Team A scared Team B, who scared Team C? Is Team C, if you carry the 2 and then you add 6 at the end.
I think a lot more teams are more competitive than you like to give credit for in games and against teams.
It doesn't matter. I didn't say they weren't going to be competitive. I said they're going 4-8.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I just said they'll be.
You know,
I'm just saying they'll be competitive in those games. It won't be as bad as. It wouldn't be as bad as 4-8 would seem.
okay. I hope he's happy with that.
I don't think Tennessee is going to be that good.
I mean, but they made the playoffs. At least they did something.
Right, yeah. And they could do absolutely nothing next year.
That's why you wanted that bread. All right. So we are going to go on our quick commercial break. When we get back, we are going to give our 5 favorite fits from Dane Brugler's new 7-round mock draft. I think Dante is mainly sticking in the first round. Mine may move around a little bit. And then we're going to give one fit that we don't like. So we will do that on the other side of the ad break. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Land Grant Podcast Network's I-80 football show. We are here. The draft is next week.
Oh.
Somehow.
Okay.
So, yeah. That's why we're talking about this. The draft is next week. It's next Thursday. We will have another episode, but I don't know what we're going to talk about because I'm not doing a first round mock draft, but it'll probably be draft related. But yeah, the draft is next week. So we're almost here. This is the time where you get to be, if you're anyone but a Colts fan, you get to be excited and you get to hope that your team's going to draft somebody good and positive and that it's going to change your franchise around.
In this mock draft, I don't know what we're doing.
Franchise around and then a lot of us leave pretty disappointed. But yeah, that's what we're doing. So do you want to go first? And it doesn't have to be, you don't have to rank them, just 5 that you like, unless yours are already ranked.
At least my first 2 are for how my favorite fits. So like I think my favorite fit from this is the 29th pick he has here in the mock draft is Washington with what is it? Oop, go back. Emeka Egbuka from Ohio State. I think that's my favorite one. For Washington, that's nasty if that was to happen.
That
was a beautiful fit.
I'm gonna have to pick a different one, but that was my favorite one too.
Yeah, I like that pick. That is a really good pick. Like if that was to somehow legit happen 7th string, that would be.
I think it's gonna happen too. Which is insane.
That's
scary. It's because they do this all the time with like wide receivers and things where it's like if you're not 6'7" running a 4.2, they don't think you matter. And then it's like these guys who end up being like the most consistent. Like people are when they talk about Emeka Egbuka, they're like his ceiling is the guy from Detroit. What is his name? Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's a bit like no. Is he the best wide receiver in the league? No, but you know what he does? He does 1,000+ yards and 10 touchdowns every year, and he blocks.
I think he can be good. He's a great route runner too, and he has deceptive speed for that team. The team that like how that offense is played, rolling out a lot of movement and stuff. That's
and Jaden Daniels. Fit. Yeah, and Jaden Daniels loves to throw deep, so this gives him a guy who can go deep. But more than anything, it gives him a guy who can bail him out, who can run the short routes. Who, if you need 6 yards, he's gonna get you 6.
I can see him being. Is it not Calvin Austin, but Tavon Austin out of Seattle that came out of Seattle? Light skin, dude. He's older now. I think it's Calvin Austin or something like that.
I don't know.
Tavon Austin. I don't know. I forgot his name.
I don't remember. They both played in the league. I don't remember which one played for Seattle. I think it's Calvin. No. I think Tavon played for the Jags.
I think so. I can't think of his name. I can see it though. But yeah, no, I like that pick. I really do like that pick as my favorite pick.
Yeah. Okay, so that was my favorite one. So I'm just gonna pick one. This is not my favorite one, but I'm just gonna go with it because I think it's cool. I think it'd be all right. Let's see. Man, I was ready to say that one. I didn't think you were going to say that one. Okay, I'm going to go
Really?
with
That's crazy.
I'm gonna go with T-Mac, Terosha McMillan, another wide receiver, number 9 to the Saints. Number 9 is a
Okay.
bit high, but I just think it's a great fit. And him with Chris Olave, I mean, they still don't have a quarterback, so it's like, how much is this going
Oh,
to
we're
matter
just
for
doing
them?
anybody. I thought we were doing
Oh, we are
Big
doing Big
10.
Ten. What am I talking
Yeah.
about? Okay, I'm tripping. I am absolutely tripping. Okay. I don't know what I was. I don't know why. I don't know how I messed that up.
Because I thought that was like Arizona. Wait, when did
All
that
right,
happen?
I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna do Abdul Carter, New York
Okay.
Giants.
Okay.
One, I think him with who was there? The Giants, I think, have a pretty solid D tackle.
I think
And then they
so.
have Kayvon Thibodeau, who is not great. He's more flashy than he is good. But
Mhm.
like you pair those two together, and then you add in their D tackle, who I think is pretty solid. I think that's cool. And also, one of my friends is a Giants fan and is gonna make me go to games, so like I'll get to watch Abdul Carter play. But I actually do think that one's pretty good. And also, I think Abdul Carter is the best player in this draft, probably. So to
Okay.
get him at 3, and also to not reach on like Shador Sanders or something like that, I think that that's a good pick.
It makes more sense to share up other things before you, because you haven't really done the quarterback thing right yet. So
Mm-mm.
in a minute, what was my second one that
Oh,
I had?
also, we
Mhm.
need to write. Let me write these down while we're doing them. What's
I,
your
I
second
do,
one?
but I do agree with you that I think that is a pretty good fit for New York. They should do the defense first. They already have a pretty solid defense. To add to that makes more sense, and then you can just build around in a way. You could get a quarterback later. You could probably get a diamond in the rough later in the draft,
Yeah,
down in the draft anyway. So
yeah. What's your second one?
second one is Kansas City with
You're taking all the okay,
my bad.
and it's not even just because they're Ohio State players. Like they're actually just good ones. But go ahead.
That's a good. Those are two good. Really, it makes sense. It for what, especially for what both teams could use or need. Kansas City needs an offensive tackle. That was their
Yes.
biggest problem going into this playing in the season and going into the playoffs, especially going into the Super Bowl. Good heavens! But that I think that's a really good pick. He's a really good offensive lineman. They had that whole line was actually spectacular, especially going into the playoffs and into the championship game. So many of the time, if Will Howard got sacked, it was kind of his fault. So I think for what Kansas City needs, especially for to make another run to the Super Bowl, that's legit one of the better fits. Not for those two teams, especially that one. That was
Yeah.
almost my number one. I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh,
Honestly,
his name
it's
is Josh Simmons. Sorry, my bad, y'all.
that's yeah.
Yeah.
It should have been my number one, but I was like, I was trying to play around. I didn't think he was going to go with that one.
Mhm.
So my second one is J2 Tuimalau in the second round, pick 6
Okay.
to the
Okay.
Detroit Lions.
Yeah, I like that. I do like that.
Like you can call me racist if you want to. I thought they would go Jack Sawyer, and I still think they're going to go Jack Sawyer and have the and have the league's only all white pass rushing duo. But with the way that they play, whether it's JT or Jack, they're both like, in my opinion, like for both of them, I've been thinking Lions the whole time. Because it's like, yes, they want you to be able to get after the passer, but they're
hmm
still very much into that. Like, I'll bite your kneecaps off. They want really tough
Wait,
players.
Shindy,
They want good players against the run, and also they do have their featured pass rusher. So you need a second guy, right? Like, you don't need your number one, but you also need to be really good against the run. And I'm pretty sure that has really like hurt them recently. Like, granted, again, they didn't have their guy, so that's a part of it. But I'm pretty sure in the playoffs they got like torched in the run. I hope I'm not
hmm
making that up. And so I think whether it's him or Jack, I think that's a really good fit.
Yeah, no, I like that too. That actually would be really good for them because they're I think on offense, I think they do definitely need another weapon too. So, and that security blanket for him, he played really good too. So I like that pick. Um, Number 3. Okay, so I was right. Tyler Warren, Chicago, number 10. Um, if you're legit serious about building a team around him, like it seems like they are, I think that's a really good pick. Sure hands, can create, and is hard big body that's hard to bring down. I think that could really help. What's his name out there?
Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams. I think that especially to not always just look for the big play and then take off running. I think he'd be a really good fit as a check down to get simple yards and keep drives going. Because I think that was a big problem for Chicago. Even though I think they were competitive in a couple games. I think that would be a really good thing to keep him to stay calm and slow down sometimes.
Yeah, I looked at that one, but I don't know. It's just like it was hard for me because I'm like I don't know what the Bears need. I think a part of it is just like my bias that I just don't think Caleb is going to work out, and also it's just like I don't know how I feel about tight end, and like because it's just like right. So I guess the thing that keeps flashing in my mind, and maybe this is unfair, but the thing that keeps flashing in my mind is the Raiders drafted Brock Bowers, who was arguably the best tight end prospect since Gronk or whatever. And he had an amazing year. He was a top 5 tight end in the league as a rookie, broke a whole bunch of records, did all of that stuff. And the Raiders have like the number 5 pick or something like that. And so it's just like, if you want to argue that like they have the number 6 pick, if you want to argue that like the Bears are further along than you think and so that they can take a luxury pick, then I agree with everything that you're saying. And I do think he's fine, but like I don't know that they need pass catchers. Like I still think they need to figure out the offensive line. It doesn't matter if he's open or not, if he's getting killed, right? And we know Caleb Williams doesn't do good under pressure. I like it. It's a good pick. I just think it's the wrong pick for them, if that makes sense. But I think it'll be good for them. I mean, but also I think this is just like a complaint that I have in general, and that the league is kind of stupid and focuses way too much on offense. And so like if you're thinking
sometimes the wrong parts of offense.
Right. So like if you're thinking about like if the Bears are like, I need a pass catcher, this is a great pick. I just don't think they need a pass catcher. So like I think that's my thing with it. But
that's fair. I hate that.
It's not. I think you are right. I think they would be wrong to do it, but they're probably going to do it, and whatever.
They might, yeah.
My third one is Derek. Huh?
Okay. No, go ahead.
My third one is Derek Harmon, defensive tackle from Oregon, going to Cincinnati. I've been a major Derek Harmon fan since he was at Michigan State. I think he's one of the better defensive tackles in the country. He's super disruptive. And Cincinnati just needs defense right now. And especially because they paid all of their offensive guys, and there's a chance that they don't pay. I don't remember his name right now, but they don't pay the defensive end. And like, yes, tackle doesn't replace end, but you just need players on your defense. What is his name? Can't think of his name either. And when Cincy was, making their run towards the Super Bowl and stuff, it was because they had the really good offense and really young on defense, which is a hard line to kind of work, right? Which is why they sort of fell off a little bit. But if they're going to get back to that, they need good players on defense. Yeah. And I think Nick Harmon is.
That's a good.
I think he's a dude.
I agree with you. I think that's definitely should help them, and it's definitely what they need. I do think they need more help on the pass defense side than they would need at the defensive line.
Also true. Yeah.
Even though they're they might not be. They said what's the name can be on the trade market. They still are pretty good on the defensive line outside of him. They're bad on the back end.
Would you draft Will Johnson here, the corner from Michigan?
Yeah. If he was available, yeah.
According to this mock draft, he's still available.
Then yeah, I actually would. I'm not mad at the pick. I think it does. I think it is a good pick. I think they should go corner though, especially since Will Johnson's 6'2", something like that.
Yeah, 6'1", 6'2". He's huge. He's huge.
Yeah, it's a big corner. He'll get stronger as he plays in the NFL too. Yeah, I would like that. That would make more sense. But I also think if they also fired their defensive coordinator, because I think his scheme at that position is also pretty bad. But maybe it's not unless they have a better.
Well,
they get better talent.
He's the Colts defensive coordinator now. And the one, and maybe this is wishful thinking, but this is not my. If it's wishful thinking, this is not my idea. This is what other people said. They think other people think that his defense got bad because they stopped giving him talent. Like if you remember, they let a lot of people leave in free agency.
Very true.
And then you want all of these rookies to run this tough defense. So the defense went downhill. So I don't know. Hopefully he's good because the Colts haven't had a good defense in a while. But certain people believe that it's not that he was bad and forgot how to do it. It's just that they let all the good players walk in free agency because they were paying other people.
Okay.
So
that I can see.
But I don't know who they hired as a defensive coordinator, but I do know they have a different one.
Okay. What is my number 4?
Yep.
Okay, so actually it will be Will Johnson.
Are you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I sneakily watched a few because Green Bay is always one of those teams that play in the middle of the day on Sunday. Green Bay, Detroit, and Dallas are one of those teams. Green Bay, I think, is going to be a sneaky good team. They were already last year. I think they're going to get better with a pick like this. They also need a lot of help at that position. So Will Johnson, especially against Detroit, Minnesota, who else out there?
The Bears are in that division, but
Bears, San Francisco, those type of teams. I think that's a really good pick to help them. And then especially probably could give more chances for is it Lance that plays out there?
Yeah.
No. Trey Lance.
No, it's not him. It's what is his name?
The other guy. Jordan Love?
Yes, Jordan Love.
Okay. Give him more chances on offense and to get into a rhythm because he started to really play well at the end of the season too. Besides that playoff game.
Yeah, and he was dealing with injuries last year too, and different things like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna switch one of mine because if I don't, I think you're gonna take it, and so I'm gonna take one from you. Okay. Los Angeles Chargers, Kenneth Grant, number 22 from Michigan.
Okay.
First of all, Jim Harbaugh loves his Michigan guys.
Yep.
Also, Kenneth Grant is good. He's not the better Michigan defensive tackle, but he is good. And also, like, the Chargers need a lot, right? Like, you can talk about what the quarterback and how good he is. And yes, he has all the talent in the world, but he keeps losing and different things like that. But at the end of the day, the Chargers hired Jim Harbaugh to be Jim Harbaugh, which means he wants his team to be led by defense and he wants his team to be led by running. There's a reason why Jim Harbaugh had Kenneth Grant and Mason Graham at the same time, because he values defensive linemen. I do not see how it's possible that Jim Harbaugh does not draft Kenneth Grant at 22 if he's still there.
Yeah.
But I also just think it's a good fit for them.
Yeah, they need for both, actually.
Yeah, especially because they just, again, defensive tackles don't replace defensive ends, but they did just get rid of Joey Bosa, sorry. And I think they may still have Khalil Mack, but like he's getting older. And so you need to rebuild along that defensive line. You need young stars. And, football is cyclical. And so interior players are becoming more important now. And, in 5 years, it'll be outside again or whatever. But, like, as of right now, really good defensive tackles, especially defensive tackles who can get into gaps and who can get after the passer a little bit. And so I think that's a good one.
Yeah, I agree with you. That makes sense for both teams, for both the player and the coach, especially since Jim Harbaugh coached them literally just a year or two ago. That makes sense.
What's your last one?
My last one is going to be Donovan Jackson at Miami for Miami. Um, Again, another team that definitely needs help on the offensive line, keeping that quarterback upright, because that's literally their biggest. That's their only issue. I think they're a pretty good team, and a team that could have like a scary, like what was it, 2010 type of Green Bay run out of nowhere, especially in the on the road, or even 2006, I think, is when Pittsburgh won that championship. I'm not can't remember, but I think if they could keep what's his name, Tua, upright, especially at the offensive line. I think that's a pretty good pick. Especially again, Ohio State had one of the best offensive line in the country. The only other one I could think of that maybe competed with, I would say Penn State, maybe Oregon's, but I say Ohio State probably had the best one in the Big Ten, at least in the country.
Yeah, and getting him in the second round is a steal.
It's the big steal
because he could have easily been in the first round, and he still might be.
He's still
so.
No, you're not wrong.
My last one, I want to be clear, and I hope this is not confusing. I like this fit if they do something different in the first round.
Okay.
So, like, based on this mock draft, I think that this is a bad pick. Because based on this mock draft, I'm going with the Bears. Based on this mock draft, if the Bears got a tight end in the first round, then I think at this pick, they should get Donovan Jackson. Right? So I hope that makes sense. I don't like it in who they're supposed to pick in the first round according to this draft. But if they go offensive line in the first round, I think this is a good pick. And it's Bears drafting TreVeyon Henderson at 39. TreVeyon Henderson is an excellent pass blocker. Again, if they don't draft the tight end, which I don't think they need, he then serves as that outlet on screens, on dump off passes, on things like that. Okay. He's a home run hitter. His biggest flaw is that he's gotten better at it, but it's never going to be his best part of his game. He's not amazing inside the tackle, and like he doesn't have the best vision. But that's why if you pair this with the offensive line, which is what they need to do for their quarterback, it's a really good pick, especially because the Bears running game was trash.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. It was so pretty bad.
I don't like the Bears going tight end running back in this mock draft, but even if they do defensive line, but I really don't think they need defensive line. But if they do anything but the tight end and they get him in the second round, I think that's a steal. But it's even better if they go offensive lineman first, because that would help Trey, and that's going to help Caleb. Because at the end of the day, even though I don't think he's going to succeed, I'd never root against a black quarterback except Deshaun Watson.
And that's fair enough.
Fault. So that's keep your hands to yourself. I like that one.
I never stream is funny.
With some caveats, but I think I really like that one. I think he'd be good. And also, I know they don't run Caleb often, but the threat of Caleb running the ball a little bit with Trey and stuff like that, I think that's a solid one. And that's all.
I'm not mad at that. Yep, that should be 5 each.
Okay.
Does the not like is Big Ten as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have one?
I might.
If you were gonna do the one we talked about before, you can have it, so I don't go on the same rant 3 times on the show. I can pick another one.
Oh, you're right. Fair. I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that one. It's the Colts. At 14, taking Colston Loveland out of Michigan. Yeah, I don't like it. But again, I don't really know what's going on with Indianapolis, but I don't know what's going on with the Steelers. So, hey, both our teams is kind of confusing right now. But I do not like that pick. Not at that pick. Not at 14. No, not at all.
I was starting to think I was crazy, and then I finally listened to a podcast where someone else was like, "This is dumb," and I said,
Yeah, it's a terrible.
"Thank you."
It's a terrible pick.
I'm starting to think I'm the only, and every mock draft has them taking a tight end, and I'm like, am I the only one that one doesn't think they need a tight end, and two doesn't think they should take it at 14? Because like, here's
not
the thing,
at all.
If you really want,
you want him. If you want him, you could get him in the second round, third round.
And even if you can't, there are other good tight ends.
Yeah,
there's a tight end from Alabama. There's the tight end from Oregon, Terrence Ferguson. I would take him in the second round. Like if like,
yeah, I don't like that one.
No.
I don't like that one. Not at 14. Not at 14. I think honestly, 14. If anything, if what's the name's not there, I think no, because you could take Donovan Jackson. You could take an offensive. Y'all need offensive line help tremendously, right?
Yeah, because we just let two of our better offensive linemen go. We just let our center and guard go. They both went to the Vikings, and our right tackle is injured all the time.
Oh yeah.
Get a tackle.
Get
Donovan Jackson. He could play guard or tackle.
I was like, get Donovan Jackson at that point, or if not, since it's 14, you could get Josh Simmons or like somebody.
Yeah, because I don't think Josh Simmons should go all the way into the third round. So like a second round, late second round. So like I would, Josh. I mean, they're just much better options.
Just better options at that pick than to go for a tight end at 14, especially that tight end. I don't think he's a 14. He's not that good. He's like, and my thing is just like you don't fully know because the quarterback that played for Michigan wasn't that good. He was like their best offensive player, but still, he could be better, but he could be worse. And I'm thinking, not at 14, not with all you need.
I don't
do a defensive player, linebacker. Oh my god,
pass rusher.
Yes,
we haven't hit on pass rusher in a while. And in this mock draft, they have Atlanta Falcons taking Mike Green from Marshall, the very next pick. Take him. He led college football in sacks. Take him. So I don't like it. But that one was yours. Which one? I've been going back and forth on which one I want to do. And
take Derek Harmon.
Our defensive tackle's old. I mean, I love him. Don't get me wrong. I love Defoe.
Yeah.
DeForest Buckner, like legend. Hopefully, I mean, he may not because we haven't won a single playoff game, but like if we ever would win a playoff game or two, I think he would have a chance of being in the Colts Ring of Honor. Like he's not a Hall of Famer, but he could get into the Colts Ring of Honor. Like this is not Defoe disrespect, but like he is getting old.
He's getting up there.
Crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. I just don't get it. Shoot, nigga. My God, y'all could get any defensive player.
They're all there. They're literally
Grant, Will Johnson. Everybody here would help you. Everyone here after that gets picked, what you pick could help you.
Basically. My one I don't like is hard outside of that one. Because I actually don't dislike a lot of the like. There are a lot of picks I dislike. I don't dislike a lot of the Big Ten picks. So I'm gonna go with the Cowboys drafting Quinshon Judkins. And
you don't like that one?
I don't like it for Q.
I
think it's smart for the Cowboys.
I was about to say, really? You don't like that one?
I don't like it for him.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like it for him. Like I would like I want him to go somewhere.
I think that would be a smart
That's selfish.
You know what's so funny about that? Since it's such a smart pick, they're not going to do it.
Also true. Also true.
They're not gonna do it. So
yeah. I think
you might be safe.
I think he would be good with them like 2-3 years ago, but with the offense that I think they're going to run this year and the way their offensive line has been, I don't love it. But again, I don't love it for him. I mean, I think it's good for them. So this is I'm sort of cheating, but it's what fit you don't like. I don't like him in Dallas. So
okay,
that's the one.
I could see You know, it would be a really if it's going to be the NFC Vikings.
Seahawks.
Oh yes, yes. Seahawks
I
would be
know.
a good one.
I know the Niners don't like getting actually good running backs, but the Niners,
Someone that legit can run through the tackles and not get hurt.
yeah, I could name so many teams that I'd prefer him on. I'd prefer him on the Raiders.
That's a good one. I was going to say Atlanta. I think that might help them.
Detroit.
Oh yeah.
I know, like
If they
especially a
could
1-2
something
punch
like that,
with
yeah.
him and the other guy. I don't remember his name right now that they took in the first round. Cardinals.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Like I think there are other teams that would just use them.
Miami.
Steelers.
We could use them. I
Y'all need
think
a
we got
running
a
back.
lot. Yeah, we did
Who do
pick
you
up
have?
two.
Did you?
I can't remember. We picked up two in the free agency.
Well, never mind.
Something like that.
Know.
I was gonna say Miami.
Especially Miami, because they need someone that's not gonna that can actually like break a tackle. Like, yes, I know Miami. You may not want him because he doesn't run a 4-2, but like you need someone tough on your team.
He can give you 6 to start that off.
Yeah. So
now they're scared of the run, play action pass with those two. And then you get that and you get that tackle like you're supposed to.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. It would be smart for the Cowboys. Mm-hmm. I don't love it.
It'd be decently smart.
Them.
And if you're right about how the offense might
Texans,
be playing, I might not. Oh yeah.
If he's going to Texas, Houston needs him.
Yes, they do.
Honestly, man, the Texans are picking at 25. They have them picking a defensive tackle, but I don't know if they need that much. I think that was like a lazy pick where it's like they have a defensive head coach. If the Texans drafted Q at 25,
but honestly, that'd be kind of high.
Honestly, one of my favorite picks that should happen and won't is giving Emeka Egbuka back to CJ Stroud.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Especially because like CJ, his wide receivers keep getting injured, so it's just like if you did
just lose Nico what's the name too?
Yeah, you lost Stephon Diggs. Tank Dell is good, but he's always injured. If you paired Emeka Egbuka with Nico Collins
and give him people. I like that. I do like that. That's a good one too.
I think if the Texans aren't going to draft, like this Texans pick would have been if we weren't just doing Big Ten, I probably would have maybe picked this one. It's one I don't like. If the Texans aren't going offensive line,
I would have just did my pick.
They should take Emeka Egbuka. So
I would just do if we weren't doing just Big Ten, I would have just did the Steelers.
Yeah.
And, and it's funny because I like it and I don't. I think Mike Tomlin would probably be a good coach for him.
Yeah, he would tell Dion to shut the hell up.
Not even just that. I think Dion would like it as well. I think Dion respects Mike Tomlin as a coach, and I think if any team, I don't know where Dion would really want him to go, but I think the Steelers would be a good place. But then at the same time, I'm not sure because we haven't been really not too well with handling shows all the time. Again, it's happening with Aaron Rodgers currently right now.
Yeah.
So I do like his confidence. I do. And I think that would be helpful for the offense. Because I think while Fields was decent, I don't think he was really comfortable and confident, and I think it would have happened over time. But since Shedeur is already confident, I think coming in would make that offense even better and a little more confident and play smoother. But at the same time, I'm not sure how we can handle the theatrics if there were to be theatrics. So it's like I like it and I don't.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
And then I think, especially playing confidently like that, if they do play well, it keeps that defense off the field. They don't have to be on there all the time to save us and or lose us the game because you didn't want to score points.
Fair enough. Okay, well that's the show. As always, we're going to end the show with our pit stops. Our pit stop is where we take a break from the Big Ten. Sometimes we take a break from sports in general, and we just talk about something. Do you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
I can go first because you don't
Okay.
even have yours now.
I have one. I literally just got it.
I was about to say I wouldn't even know what yours was for you, but WrestleMania is this weekend, and I think it's hilarious that WrestleMania is happening on Easter and 420.
Wow.
I think this is gonna be this is gonna probably be one of the a historic one, especially this is John Cena's last one, and I think I talked about John Cena on the podcast before. So I think history is gonna be made that night or one of those nights because it's a 2-day weekend. It's like it's Saturday and Sunday. So I just want to say I'm excited for WrestleMania. I wish I would have bought my belt.
The
I would have had it ready.
one.
Actually, the one I want is only like 3 something, close to 4. Yeah,
only close. To
hey, it's still a lot, but it's $100 cheaper than I thought.
Fair enough. My pit stop. I think this has maybe been a trend. I feel like I've been talking about TV a lot, but for those of you like, why are you talking about TV so much? It's because I don't watch TV during football season. Literally, I don't. I was literally just telling my roommate this. I was like, I don't watch TV during football season because I'm in a relationship. And so when I watch football, and then when I'm not watching football, I can't then also ignore my wife to watch the things that I want to watch. Mm-hmm. Like if I'm watching football Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and at least 1 or 2 of those days I'm watching on my iPad. Let's be honest. Mm-hmm. But if I'm watching football Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday,
it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Yeah, Monday's always on the iPad. like Monday's always on the iPad. I do not get Monday. Monday's always on the iPad.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's all Monday's been on the iPad for years. I don't know that like unless it's like a game I really, really want to watch or like she's doing something else, Monday's always on the iPad.
Yeah, no, when I wasn't one, the only time Monday wasn't on like my phone or the iPod is when the Steelers were playing on a Monday night.
Yeah.
So then it's like she'd be like, okay, go ahead. I'm like,
right, yeah. So it's just like, because of how much football I watch, and then you add the podcast and stuff like that. When I'm not watching football, I'm watching what we want to watch. Mm-hmm. And like, cause like we have different tastes. Like I like dark thriller. Like if you ask her every time I'm watching somebody's getting murdered or dying or something like that, and that's not what she's into all the time. So like, yeah, I don't watch anything. So now I can watch TV. Like football's not on, I can watch TV. So now I'm like, oh, this is good. That's a banger. Anyways, my pit stop is adolescence, and I'm like, I'm typically wary of shows that everyone likes because. Just truthfully, I think a lot of people have bad taste. Damn. Like, I'm sorry. Maybe I have bad taste, but I didn't like Black Mirror. I'm sorry. I don't care about what that fake ass football TV drama where the football looks awful that everyone loved.
The Black Show?
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Didn't like that. Ted Lasso doesn't look interesting to me. Like, so it's just like a lot. Like when everyone likes it, I'm like, But a show that everyone was talking about on TikTok called Adolescence on Netflix. It's a banger. It's a banger. That y'all was right about that one. Y'all was right about that one. Like that show is so good. Like it's one. I'm not. If you don't know this about, I'm not going to tell you a whole lot. But essentially, it's a kid who gets accused of murder. He's like 13. I
think I know what you're talking about.
It's only 4 episodes, and they are no joke. Some of the 4 best episodes of TV I've seen in a long time. Like they be acting. It's a really good show. 4 episodes. Anybody can watch 4 episodes. It's not long, drawn out, whatever.
If you got Netflix,
Yeah, it's really good. I had a very good time watching that one. And they're just like. And it's also one of those shows you just want to like talk about. Like there's a couple of things that happen where it's like, I'm going to bring this up in like 6 months. I'm going to give you all a chance to watch it. There's a couple of things that the dad did, different stuff where I'm just like, ooh, you're an idiot. But it just came out, so I'm not going to spoil it. But yeah, no, Adolescence is a really good show. 4 episodes. If you have Netflix, you should watch it. And honestly, if you don't have Netflix, it's 4 episodes. You may be able to watch it before Netflix catches on. You just have to log on real quick, say I'm traveling, knock it out, because the next day you're not gonna be able to watch it.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be going.
Yeah. Go take your iPad to the house that has Netflix on the internet, and then take the iPad home. You can knock it out. You might be able to do that real quick. But that's it.
Yeah. All right, but I think I know what friend I could do that to. But
yeah. But if you watch it, let me know. It's pretty good.
All right.
But yeah, all right. That's the show. As always, thank y'all for listening. We'll be back next week. The draft is next week. It is already almost April. It's April. It's already almost May. Dante done lost a hell of weight. His birthday's coming up. He's gonna be outside all summer. You heard it here first.
Whoa, first. All summer. Hold on.
Lemon drops and everything. You know. Honestly, I'm not even joking. I want a lemon drop. I don't know if I would like it, but like
they're actually not that bad.
Who gonna beat my ass? I'm getting me a lemon drop this summer. You know what I'm saying?
They're actually not that bad. They're pretty good, and they're and they kind of get you drunk too. You know why? If you got a few of them.
Look, I weigh over 250. I need something with real alcohol in it. Beer doesn't do nothing for me. I need real alcohol. That's why I like mimosas.
I don't drink enough because a couple beers do it for me, but I don't drink.
That's because you lost weight.
No.
Seriously?
It's because I legit don't drink for real.
Oh, maybe I'm an alcoholic.
Like, so what was it? I've had beers one day out of the weekend, two times maybe this month. And the first time I only had like 2 and I was fine. Or no, I had 3 and I was fine. But then I did have some shots with those beers.
What are you talking? You said I did have. How did you forget?
All right, never mind.
Yeah. No. So like, that's the thing. I don't like taking shots, and I drink whiskey, and I can drink whiskey like all day. I do it on Saturdays during football season. It'd be cool. So like, a lemon drop is gonna get 2 of them. Gonna get me right.
Yeah, I like lemon drops. Ain't that I do. You say you don't like shots, but those green tea shots. Oh wait, you were telling me.
Yeah, come on now. Yeah, I take a green tea shot. We're going out this weekend because we're celebrating our anniversary. I'm gonna give you one. Yo, I'm gonna give you one for sure.
Yeah, I might have to do that if I go out again. Give me a green tea shot.
Absolutely.
It'll have to be next weekend because again, WrestleMania. So I ain't going nowhere at night.
Honestly, you need to get you 1 beer.
2 beers. I might get a 6-pack and a Bloody Mary.
All right, y'all. We'll catch you next week.